Hello there, Slamscape here. Is the Cobra Mk5 the best small ship bomber? The answer is yes. It's got everything you want in a Titan bomber. Speed, maneuverability, the ability to stay really cold, and firepower. I'm not saying it's worth it to go out right now and go get a Cobra Mk5, just a Titan bomb, but if you have gotten one already, it's definitely worth giving it a shot. The Cobra Mk5 is easily able to get into the Titan, hit all 8 vents, and do a lot of damage to the core. The previous best small Titan bomber, the DBX, is able to output about 21 to 22% core damage, which translates to about 6 million credits of combat bonds per core damage run. However, the Cobra Mk5 is able to easily hit about 31% damage, and my best run earned me about 9 million in combat bonds. These numbers are both using standard ammunition, no premium synths or anything like that. First, we'll take a look at the build, and then I'll show a bombing run in action. Just note that this ship isn't available on any third-party sites yet, so this build was theory crafted using only the in-game tools, and so it can definitely be min-maxed further. So first we want to take a look at the hard points. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. The build uses 2 size 2 shard cannons, 2 size 1 shard cannon, and a size 2 nanite torpedo launcher. All these shard cannons have the anti-guardian field engineering. This gives us the maximum possible damage output. You could also substitute with AX missile racks and the advanced missile racks, but the shard cannons are going to be hands down your best DPS for the core. Next up, for the utility mounts, we have the Thargoid pulse neutralizer, necessary to get into the maelstrom, caustic sink launchers to deal with the caustic cloud around the Titan, and 2 heatsink launchers that we will need to synth often to keep our heat down per run. For the core internals, we have lightweight alloy with heavy duty and deep plating. Not really necessary, but it's a good trade-off for added armor without losing much speed. Next, for the power plant, a 4A with low emission and thermal spread to keep our heat as low as possible. Next up, we have the 4A thrusters with dirty drives and drag drives. That gives us the best possible speed. Next, we have the 4A frameshift drive. I use the SCO version. No engineering is necessary for that, but I usually go increase range. Next up, we have a 3D life support engineered for lightweight. Then a 4A power distributor engineered with charge enhanced and super conduits. That makes it so we can boost pretty much indefinitely. And lastly, we have 3D sensors with lightweight engineering. For the optional internals, there's really no set equipment necessary. I would recommend putting in a repair limpet controller, a cargo rack, and an AFMU to heal damage between runs, but if you're doing things right, you shouldn't be taking too much damage. I filled mine with a combination of module reinforcements and hull reinforcements in case I ran into interceptors or something, but that's not really necessary. An important thing to know is because of the lack of power, because of the low emissions power plant, you need to make sure that you have your priorities set up properly and also turn off as many things as possible. I have it set up so that I have the AFMUs off, and the repair limpet controller off. And then once I get into the Maelstrom and past the Titan, I also turn off the frameshift drive, the caustic sink launcher, and the Thargoid pulse neutralizer. Because any modules that are using power contribute to your heat's overall idle temperature. And keeping it below 20% lets you sit right by the Titan while you wait for the vents to open without generating aggro. It also helps extend your heatsink usage over a longer amount of time because your heat will rise more slowly. Alright, let's take a look at a run in action. Generally, you want to be moving at speed when you start. However, the Cobra Mk5 is pretty good and can go from 0 to full boost speed with one boost, so not necessary. But sometimes you'll have to keep moving while you wait for the vents to open up because you attract the attention. Alright, so here we go. We start off. Select each target, each vent, and boost. And I'm holding up thrust while I'm boosting to keep my momentum towards the center. The ship is very fast, so I have no problems hitting all 8 vents pretty consistently. It only runs into issues getting underneath in enough time to hit the vents. So we basically run around, hit all the vents. Once we hit all 8, we boost down to the center here. Wait for the core to come out. If you want to be really fancy, you can start shooting the core immediately as it comes down. And just lay into it. Pop heat sinks whenever your heat gets to about 20%. And you should be unbothered the entire time. I would say like maybe 20% of the time the scout will be shooting at me. But there's enough hull on the ship to be able to weather, you know, a few shots. And we got a repair limpets if we need it. And just keep firing these shards until the core retracts. I think the best I got was about, 66, so. And then point away from the core, head out towards the asteroids and boost out. You can also retract your hard points to help cut down your heat a little bit. And see, there we go, about 9 million. Definitely my best run ever. And then you just wait out the Taurus attack, and then repeat. So yeah, that's the Cobra Mk5. Very fast, maneuverable little bomber with solid firepower for a small ship. If they ever add any types of new activities that require bombing, or if the new Titans come back, it'll be definitely worth taking a look at. I hope you found this informative. A like or subscribe would help my channel greatly. Thank you for watching.